So, what if I told you we could take a picture of your brain in absolutely stunning detail with no surgery and zero harmful radiation? Well, that's the incredible power of magnetic resonance imaging, or MRI. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain and see exactly how this amazing technology works.
Just take a look at this. I mean, wow. This isn't a drawing or a model. It's an actual snapshot of a living human brain. You can see the delicate folds, the deep structures inside, all captured with just unbelievable detail. And the person this brain belongs to was completely safe the whole time. It's just amazing.
So that leads to the big question, right? If we're not using X-rays, which is how something like a CT scan works, then how in the world are we getting these kinds of pictures? What's the secret sauce here?
Well, the answer lies in a completely different way of looking inside the body, one that has nothing to do with radiation.
So at its core, MRI uses three main things: really strong magnetic fields, something called magnetic field gradients to figure out where things are, and radio waves. You know what's missing from that list? Any kind of harmful ionizing radiation. Instead of blasting particles through you, MRI just, well, it talks to your body on a magnetic level.
And believe it or not, this unbelievably complex piece of technology really boils down to three surprisingly simple things: a giant, powerful magnet, the water that makes up most of your body, and the totally harmless pulse of radio waves. So let's see how those three things come together to create these incredible images.
Okay, so how does this actually work? Let's dive into the physics of it all, step by step. It's really fascinating. So here's the key. Your body is mostly water, right? And every single water molecule has hydrogen atoms, and the proton inside each of those atoms acts like a teeny tiny magnet. Normally, they're all just spinning around, pointing in random directions. But the second you go inside the MRI's powerful magnetic field, bam, they all snap into alignment, like trillions of microscopic compass needles all pointing north. Then, the machine sends in a quick pulse of radio waves, which basically just knocks them all sideways. And here's the really clever part. As soon as that radio pulse stops, those protons try to snap back into alignment. And as they wobble back, they give off a tiny energy signal. And the MRI's antenna is right there, listening for it.
This slide here gives you a more scientific view of that whole process. You can see the protons, or spins, start out all jumbled. Then the big magnetic field, B0, aligns them. The RF pulse comes in and pushes them over, and then the machine listens to the signal they give off as they relax back into place. That tiny little signal is everything.
And if you look at a cross-section of the scanner itself, you can see how it's all put together. You've got the huge superconducting magnet that creates that main field. Inside that, you have gradient coils. Those are what help the machine figure out where a signal is coming from in your body. And then you've got the RF coil, which does double duty. It sends the radio pulse out and then listens for that faint echo coming back from your body's protons. Okay, so the machine is listening to all these tiny signals coming from all over the body. But how does that jumble of signals become a crystal clear image? Well, the secret is something called contrast. See, here's where the real magic happens. Protons in different kinds of tissue, like fat or muscle or water, they all relax back into place at different speeds. And the scanner can create pictures based on two different kinds of that relaxation. T1 imaging measures how quickly the protons stand back up and realign with the main magnet. T2 imaging, on the other hand, measures how quickly they fall out of sync with their neighbors. By tuning the machine to listen for these different speeds, we can create totally different kinds of pictures.
And just look at the result. These are two completely different views of the exact same brain taken at the same time. In the T1 image on the left, fat is bright and water is dark. But look at the T2 image on the right, it's the complete opposite. Now, all the fluid-filled spaces in the brain are shining bright white. It's like having two different sets of glasses to look at the body. So why is this so important? Because doctors use this to their advantage. A T1 image is fantastic for just looking at the normal structure, the anatomy of the body. But a T2 image, that's the problem finder. Things like swelling, inflammation, infections, even tumors, they all have a lot of water in them, so they light up like a Christmas tree on a T2 scan, making them super easy for a doctor to spot.
With this incredible ability to see different tissues in different ways, MRI opens up this just breathtaking window into the living, breathing human body.
And the applications are just all over the place. For neuroimaging, it's pretty much the gold standard for looking at the brain and spinal cord. In cardiology, it can check out the heart shape and see how well it's pumping. For things like a bad knee or a hurt back, it gives us crystal clear pictures of joints, ligaments, and all the soft tissues. And we can even use it to map out our entire network of blood vessels.
But MRI can do so much more than take static pictures. Check this out. This is a technique called diffusion MRI. By tracking the microscopic movements of water molecules, it can literally map out the brain's white matter, the neural superhighways that connect everything. We are looking at the brain's actual wiring diagram. It's unbelievable.
It can also capture things in motion. By snapping images really fast, MRI can create these detailed 3D movies of a heart as it's beating. This lets doctors see not just what the heart looks like, but how well it's actually working, all in real time without ever making a single cut. Another amazing application is called magnetic resonance angiography, or MRA. This technique lets us create this incredibly detailed map of our blood vessels, like the arteries in the neck you see here. It lets doctors spot dangerous blockages or weak spots, called aneurysms, all completely non-invasively. And as amazing as all this is, the technology is not standing still, not even close. The next generation of MRI is pushing the boundaries of what we ever thought was possible to see.
One of the most exciting frontiers has to be real-time MRI. By developing these ridiculously fast imaging methods, scientists can now basically shoot high-res video of things happening inside your body as they happen.
Okay, prepare to have your mind blown. What you are watching right now is a real-time MRI of a person singing. Just look at the impossibly fast and complex movements of the tongue, the soft palate, the vocal cords. We are seeing the raw mechanics of human speech happen right before our eyes. This was completely invisible to science until very recently. But the technology goes even deeper than that. Functional MRI, or fMRI, doesn't just map out the brain's structure, it maps its activity. By spotting tiny changes in blood flow, it can show us which parts of the brain light up when we think or feel or see something. We are literally learning how to watch thought happen. So just think about that. We started with a simple idea, using a magnet to line up tiny protons in our body's water. And from that, we've built a technology that can map our brain's wiring, watch our hearts beat, and even get a glimpse of our thoughts as they form. It's such an incredible window into ourselves, and it just leaves you wondering, what will it show us next?